Dr. Siddharth jondhale, Maharashtra, Nanded, India. Siddharth Hospital and Research Center, recognized under the Act 1908, published for the public benefit, health benefit and peace benefit. So today I am discussing about the scientific revolutions part 2. Before we have discussed scientific revolution, today second part of the scientific revolution. Scientific revolution, why it is necessary? Because the scientific revolution for the disease and for the health, two subjects, and peace, most important subject. So, but how can we change and how can we create scientific revolution? How can we create in our mind and in the world, in the society, and for the world benefit? The scientific revolution we can create because the theoretical part of the scientific revolution, that is metaphysical science. Most important part, so science need the metaphysical science. We can say dependent origination. We can say scientific Buddhism. In the scientific revolution, we have to adapt the theory. Adaptation of theory on the theoretical level, practical level and experimental level. In the world, the dependent origination, greatest theory of the Buddha, scientific dependent origination, very important role, because there are so many scientific revolutions, but universal truth and beyond the science, that is dependent origination, is a scientific revolution of the universe, of the beyond the earth and for the Nibbana Bhumi. If there is no scientific revolution, world will not be changed according to the nature law. Why scientific revolution? All the parameters of the universe, there are so many galaxies, space and time. Previous interview we have discussed very important role. The science, the mind and matter, human being, consciousness is the most important role. But Supreme Scientist Buddha has invented, he discovered the analysis of the mind. So, now, how can we do the scientific revolution? Scientific revolution need first theory, dependent origination theory, very important. Otherwise, there are so many scientists, they are doing great work, they are doing great revolution. But most important, we want to change the world, we want to change the human being, and we want to change the society, and we want to stop the crisis of the health issue, disease, Even last interview I have discussed the terminally ill patients. We can do the scientific revolution of the terminally ill patients because in the dependent origination, avidya pachaya sankhara, this is supreme role for the science and for the beyond the science, because science connection and cosmic connection very important to understand the scientific revolution. Without dependent origination, we cannot do the scientific revolution of the universe, because the all universe connection, this all universe connection to the Nibbana Bhumi. Last interview I have discussed. But now, today in the world, most important today, the disease revolution, health revolution, and peace revolution. And in the disease, most important, quantum biology is a supreme role to understand the scientific revolution of the science. Erwin Schrödinger, greatest scientist, he has given great idea and great theory. And great scientist Paul Dirac, he has given great theory and great quantum electrodynamics. He has given great understanding, great supreme theory. And first, that is Werner Heisenberg has given theory of uncertainty, quantum mechanics. So these we have to correlate. Once we do the connection to the dependent origination, the Newton force, first scientific revolution I have discussed, the Newton force running, the Newton force we can say inherently connected to the DNA, to the RNA, to the genes, and the terminal ill patients, those who are dying. In this case also, quantum mechanics is a supreme law to understand the generic science, to understand the any type of terminal patients. So scientific revolution of the disease, scientific revolution of the cell, scientific revolution of the DNA, genes is a very important role to understand the science. And we have to change the world, because the science connection, we can connect with the dependent origination, because the dependent origination is a supreme infinity cosmic world for this universe. So because the benefit of the scientific revolution we can create for the health, for the disease, and for the peace also. Now today there are a lot of stress in the world, lot of tensions, lot of anxiety, lot of anger, lot of jealousy in this world. But we have to understand the life of the human being. Peace definitions everybody knows. Peace definitions, mind peace. Everybody is doing great meditation, great role. But scientific peace meditation is an important role, because our consciousness, our mind, internal mind, we have to connect with the quantum biology, with the DNA, with the genes, because the anger, hatred, jealousy, the defilements of the mind. We have peace inside our mind, then automatically we can express our gratitude to the peace. So, scientific peace, scientific meditations, there are 40 kamma, how to meditate. So, the Shrotapanna, stream winner theory is a supreme role to understand our mind, our peace, our health, even arogya paramalapa nibbana paransuk. We can connect and we can correlate with, because the DNA level, lot of disease, different kinds of disease, chronic disease, genes level mutations arising, but all essence of the scientific revolution, the most important, that is dependent origination, supreme role to understand the universe and beyond the universe. Because once we understand the metaphysical science of the Buddha, we can create the peace. Stream winner, that is Shrotapanna. There are 4 stages: Shrotapanna, Shrotagami, Anagami, and Arhat. The stream winner is a scientific peace we have to create, because the stream, once the mindfulness breathing, very important, but we have to achieve, we have to accept, we have to create. The Shrotapanna is important for the world benefit, for the peace benefit, for the any kind of persons, for the world. Once we create the Shrotapanna, that is the stage of the mind, and consciousness and unconsciousness, beyond the consciousness, Shrotapanna theory and Shrotapanna power of the dependent origination. The Shrotapanna gives the direction to the mental peace, mind peace. Once we understand on theoretical level, practical level, and experimental level and result level, Shrotapanna, Shrotakami, Anagami. But scientific peace, everybody need, because in the daily life, lot of crisis and lot of stress. People are living in the stress life. So, the theory of the Shrotapanna gives the direction for the peace, for the health, for the disease. Because the essence, all the scientific revolutions based on the Nibbana Bhumi. Because the Galileo given the great idea for the universe, Copernicus given the great idea for the universe, and greatest scientist Craig Venter sir, he has given great, he did great work for in genetic science. He has given great direction, great project. So I am great gratitude to him also. And most important, the DNA. Once we understand the DNA and genes through the dependent origination, for the health we can change the world and we can change the society. And after getting the Shrotapanna, stream winner of the mind stage of the person, anybody can get it, because it takes time, doesn't matter, but we have to understand the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts is a supreme key to understand daily life, and along with, we have to do the respiration, anapanasati, mindful breathing. So, the thinking of the stream winner, and most important, in the Araman Pacho and the Shrotapanna theory, these are the very important mind quality to win the self and win the other. So, scientific revolution, this is the second part. And great gratitude to also my brother, great gratitude, Buddha Priya Mahatera, and he has given me blessing also. And most important, please understand the way of life through this Tapanna, because science and beyond the science, that is similar and dependent origination, these are the supreme theory and power beyond the science, and with the help of this theory we can change the world, and this is the scientific revolution for the world benefit, health benefit, peace benefit. Thank you so much. Great gratitude.